Hello, everybody. Today on the show, I have a special guest, Filipe Lacerda. To say a few things about him before I let him talk, it's the few things I would like you to know. Among all the successes he had, there is few very important ones as a volleyball player because he is a former volleyball player and he was European champion 2001 Top Team Cup, fourth place as a youth international team in World Championships, and that was for Portugal, of course, where Filipe is from. And he was, several times a national champion as well. And now he works as a head coach. He's got experience for 9 years. He was training a national women team for Portugal, and now he's just international head coach. I actually shouldn't say just because he is a head coach for national volleyball teams. Filipe, very nice to have you on the show. Thank you for being here and talking to me. Can you please tell us, how it all started? How did you start your sports career and what pushed you towards professional sports?
So first, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to share our experience, and I try to share in a short time the best I can. So about your question, how started my life in the sports? So my father was a big coach from volleyball in Portugal, and I born always with very strong coaches in the world, in the home. I listened since I'm little. So I enjoy a lot to listen. Logically, when I was young, I don't understand many words because I don't speak language. Now I speak five language, so it's an advantage to understand many things. But in the time, I only saw the people, the shirt t-shirts and about Brazil, USA here, and was amazing for me and give me an input to try to. And I always stay with my father since little in the trainings with the national teams. I enjoy a lot, and I think it was an input to start to enjoy a lot of this volleyball, and that's my big love and passion.
Fantastic. So technically, uh, you can say that your father inspired you and you always knew that you're going to be in the volleyball world, yes?
Uh, yes and no. My father inspired me indirectly, not directly. Directly, that was my eyes, my heart. I think that was
Mhm.
the engagement. That I think is the word, right word. So it was step by step, like the work, like the life. It's a little step by little step, and when I saw, I already have a big lover that it's volleyball life.
Oh, that's fantastic because it's important that our passions just come to us naturally, and that's beautiful. So tell me, as a coach now, because you are head coach at the moment, what you believe, what qualities make a great sports coach?
That for me, I think it's a lot. Never hands. First, never hands. Never hands the learning. Never hands the observation. If you want to be a coach, it's totally different to be a player. Totally different. It's another world. Logically, to be a player helps a lot to understand the technique, tactic. Because if you were a player that you were very good technique, helps you a lot to explain to athletes, and I think
Mhm.
it's a good advantage. Logically, being a coach, you need first. I think for me, the first thing that came to my head it's to learning with the other sports too, other sports, business, because everything is connected. If you think that only learn with volleyball, I think it's a bad principle. I think We must to learn with everybody. Logically, we must to filter what we need. But to filter, we need to understand the main picture. If you understand the main picture, we understand, and if we study, because normally the message going almost the same from everybody. For example, a clinic that's for every coaches, the same message, but we learn from different point of view because our experience, it's very important when we are listened and we are study. It's like a student. If you don't study, you don't pass on the exam. So we need to study a lot. We need to study a lot. It's like I listened one time Steven Spielberg,
Yes.
director of movies. Always have a camera in the hand in the vacations every time because catch the right moments. If they catch the right moments when he is calm, sit on the table and have time to review the things, understand, and organizing. That's another thing that for me, it's very important, organization, because
Yes.
pressure, in the pressure, you have the right thing organized to show. If you don't have nothing, you don't show nothing. And the training to catch the right steps to improve take more time. That's what I believe. But everybody it's different. But I believe a lot in organization because many times people think intuition. Okay, we all have intuition, but intuition only with intuition, it's praying every day. If you
Yes.
have intuition but with a lot of organization, I think the you're gonna have a better intuition to take decisions.
Yes, I remember we spoke about this previously. It's this principle that success comes when preparation meets opportunity. So you need to be ready, you need to have everything organized,
Yeah,
and
but
then you have a chance to succeed.
yeah, Michael. But if you see now, only social media, Facebook, Instagram, everybody put a very strong message. But it's not only the thing. Put mindsets. I think this and that. You must do it.
Hmm.
So if you publish, you must do it. It's like making the example, a coach, business boss, etc., a director, manager of a big company. If you do what you talk, people respect you. Maybe you don't have the right results, but people respect you.
Yes, definitely. And in here you just named directors, managers, and I think that's something that it's worth to talk about as well, because volleyball team, as a matter of fact, any sports club, it's not just players and coaches. I know that they are on the front line and they are the guys that everyone is talking about, but they are managers. There is the whole team. They are people who look after the players after the game. There is the whole maintenance team within each club. Tell us about how that work, how you as a coach will technically communicate with the whole team of employees within a club, not just within a player. How does it work?
First, I think we are all employers, not only the people that work in the staff. We are all employers. That's the thing, that we are all equal in that kind of job, but we are all different. Okay,
Yes.
that's very important to understand because manage personalities. It was very difficult in the past, and it's very difficult now, and it's gonna be very difficult in the future.
Yes.
That's the real job, I think. It's not exercises, because exercises, if you are very good, you change very quick and adapt. But managing personalities, change the exercises, change the mindset, change the day by day. And this is very difficult. This is very difficult because people think, oh, my experience is very good. I make a lot of mistakes about that, Michael. I'm
Mm.
coaching women. Uh, I born in a family only with women. Um, so it's a pleasure. If I have another life, I choose the same way. Okay, one brother to play football. It's very good, but it's another perspective because I think women there are many things very good comparing with men. I'm not telling that women is better than men and men is better than women. Nothing that. I think
Mm.
much more complete personality about things. We are talking about general things. So it's a strong challenge to put the right environment in the training and in the day by day. Because if you say something by men, that men a little more direct.
Mm.
Because what I learn in my house and in my job, that normally women that this is only an observation that I concluded with the time only want people men's and people that tell the truth,
Yes,
and it's
that's
truth,
important.
and it's truth. But I understand with the time that they want that, but they don't want all the truth, and that what I learned with the time. So these kind of things, little things that you learn sometimes in the life and not in the court and the training in the day by day in the team,
Mhm.
can again we learn with other things. We learn with other things, and we must to transform that. For example,
Definitely.
how I change about I'm changing now because if we must to study, we must to understand what I doing very wrong and what how can I change this for I balance the things, because people normally runs about our problems, our things that we make wrong,
Yes.
and
Well,
we
it's
must, yes, we must to see this. I'm not
Mhm.
good at this. I must to improve now, but for that we must to write everything. I believe a lot writing because
Yes.
our brain have a very good things, forget very quick.
Yes, that's right. And that's what I wanted to ask you about actually when you were explaining all this, because well, we all make a lot of mistakes along the way when we grow in all professions. And I wanted to ask what specifically your formula to finding the solutions. So you saying the first step is recognize it and write it down so it has physical form, yes?
Yes, I don't. I got to tell you about this. In every jobs we see, how do you say that? We see leadership, positive leadership, ship or negative
Yes.
leadership. Positive. I think everybody knows about Steve Jobs that he divides when in the last time that comes when he was fired and after he comes he divides in three kind of employees, A, B, and C. And I
Mm.
think manage problems and getting solutions is about this kind of three people, because the A's are the guys that, hey, we have a lot of problems, we must to get the right solutions. You are with me, yes, I'm with you. The C's, yes, I'm with you, but behind, oh come on, the coach don't do nothing, the boss, it's always I know what
Mm.
is good, but they don't do nothing for that, and that is another problem.
Yes.
And these kind of things we see positive and negative leadership, because leadership is not only for the coach, players, staff, another kind of staff like directors, team managers. This is connection. We must to connect this. Sometimes for my sadness and for you and for everybody, when we go to a job, we want to give everything with passion. But sometimes the people that are there don't want so much. That's a little bit
Mm.
strange for me, because for me, when I go, it's to make the best. the better. But we must understand, I think, if I'm a little long, please cut me and it's back.
No worries.
Because staying in a job, we must to show what we want first.
Yes.
That's the plan, but not a very long plan. It's like the market today. The market change day by day,
Hmm.
hour by hour. And in the team, it's like this because in the morning training session, we're gonna planning this, but people change, more tired, and we must change. And in the training, we must change again the afternoon training. So we must to prepare to change very quick, to adapt and balance the things. That is not a formula for this, I think, but I think it's very experience, a lot of study, a lot of preparation, and again, in the pressure, you have many things organized that you can change and show. Because
Exactly.
in a training, uh, again, it's my way. I need to learning much more years. I love to learn, but I think we go to the training and we I'm not like that, but we coaches in the sport normally we think that the players in certain level must to know everything. Oh, they
Mm.
already know. No, no, no. They don't know already. They say they
No,
know.
it's
They say they
yes.
know because they are afraid to say that they don't know. And I
Uh-huh.
think if we put that, me coach, I don't know, I you can help me. It's not a problem. I think it's a humble
Yes.
thing.
I
And
think we generally have a big problem with admitting that we don't know something. We pretend we do, and when we only have a chance, we just look for the answer to, well, to look good. But it's alright actually to say I don't know, because that's the best way to learn something. And
yeah,
I'm
that's
sure as much as we like to teach people things, someone will be very happy to teach us something. So yes, what you're saying is important. Admitting that you don't know something
I
is
go
an important thing.
and I go to tell what I learn with women world is not a problem to be fragile. That's what I learned in the woman world.
Perfect. That's
Is
a
not a
perfect
problem to
quote.
be fragile. And fragile, it's not a weakness, it's a strong thing. Was difficult to understand this in the man mindset, but I think that helped me a lot. Helped me a lot with the time,
Right.
more relaxed, to be more okay. I don't know. I'm not good yet. I'm trying to do the best thing to be better and better. I need to learn. I go to knock the door. It's a way to tell to people, to coaches, go to clubs. Can I come here to learning? And I learn. I write everything. I ask everything,
Mm,
and I think that's the way to
to
go
grow, yes.
grow. And we are not perfect because in an imperfect world, it can be a perfect man or woman. We are imperfect.
Exactly.
The
So
imperfection is always with us.
saying that in this big world, tell me, Felipe, if someone wanted to contact you, where they can find you.
Like, they can find me in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Fantastic.
The
Well,
way.
you see what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the links down in the comments below this video. So if anyone wants to contact you, your social media accounts will be there, and they can find you directly. Go on the social media, or message you, or just observe your activity. So that's what I'm going to do. And before we finish, I wanted to ask one more final question actually. If you had a chance to give just one piece of advice to a young person who decided to start professional sports career, what would you say?
Don't be arrogant and respect the experience, because I think the new generation and many people think that the experience it's ended. No, experience help us a lot to understand things that now computers don't give us the answers. So the
Mm,
main thing I think is that don't be
fantastic.
arrogant and learn with experience.
Mm,
Older coaches, older coaches, older this, older that, that have a lot of experience. You learn a lot of them. Don't close the door, because I think, and the last thing I tell you, we forget many times the people that make a lot for our job. In that case,
yes.
volleyball. People are forget, and we must to put everybody together, because that kind of people now they have 70 somethings can help you us a lot to understand principle this kind of interaction and managing the process. I think we can't miss that, and we must all federations can bring the old coaches to put inside of us to change another perspective. I think is very good for that.
That's great, Paul. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you for me.
Well, my fantastic guest, Filipe Lacerda, head coach in volleyball. Thank you very much for being here with me. It
Thank
was really nice to use and share your wisdom. Well, and hopefully we'll meet again on the show. We will definitely stay in touch.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We see another time for sure.
Fantastic. Thank you, Felipe. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.